Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This week we get our lumber delivery tomorrow. Already got the okay and everything. So uh, what I'm doing is bringing up some supplies. Going to do a little touching up on that board with the. Well, I'll show you what I'm going to do. Some little bit of caulking of some gaps and stuff before we start building that porch on the front of the house. So let's get to it. Just bringing up the water line too. Gonna lay that. Hopefully that's just about done. So if you saw the last video, I just got to dig down just a little, clean it out a little, and get to that foot mark. That's right here. So let's go up and check the house right now. I haven't been up there in a couple days, been working. So supposed to be a nice warm week this week. So it's already probably 60 degrees out. Probably don't need the sweatshirt once I start. But it's been dry out, so I've let the tarp off the house and let the sun just dry this wood out a little bit more. So yeah, we're up here. As you saw, I brought up the Fiat. Uh, Bringing tools up and stuff makes it a little bit easier. So all right, let's get to it and I'll show you what I'm going to do here. All right, guys, this is called backer rod, and it's just a little spongy styrofoam stuff right here. And this is the smallest it comes. It comes bigger round and stuff for bigger gaps, but it's better. I like it better than foam in certain respects because um, it's not as messy. And spraying foam, like trying to spray foam in these little tight gaps here, would just bring it out here, and it'd just be an extra step cutting that foam off and stuff. So what I do is this backer rod stuff, and just these little gaps will stop bugs from, because in here is, actually the crawl space of our house. So you don't want bugs getting in there and stuff like that. So uh, any of these gaps that we've had to do on this when we built this floor is I'm just going to put this in here and then go over it with a bead of caulk here, an outdoor caulk. So I'm just shoving this in. Just grab something straight and flat like a putty knife, or in this case, a wedge. So this just goes in. And then we have two shims, which I'm using right now, a shim. We have two shims right here. So that lifted this board up a little and stuff. So I'm just shoved that in there. And then it just cuts off real easy with the knife. And you're done. So I'm just going to go around to the big gaps. On the other side is where we had the block wall. The guys who laid this block wall, it was kind of funky once you got a level on it. So we had to play with that a lot. So I bought some bigger of this stuff, and I'll shove that in there. But right now, this is where the porch is going to start. So I want to get this all done, this side at least today. And I'll probably go around the whole house right now. So. All right, guys, you get the idea on that. This is a bigger gap here, so I stopped with that dimension of backer rod, and I got two bigger sizes, a medium and a large. I'm going to go with the medium in here. It's just a little bit bigger, but it only goes down to right about here with that. Then I'm finishing up the smaller stuff the rest of the way down here. There is no gap right in here. So, but I'm then going to take a bead of caulk and go down this whole line, and that'll seal it in. And, won't no weather will get in there and stuff, especially with the porch being out here on this spot. So, just another thing that I don't know if I showed you, but I came up here the other day. See if the camera picks it up. These rocks here represent, I took down my string line, but these rocks represent where the piers are going to go. And I just laid them out evenly all the way across here. So, all right, guys, I used the 3 bags, the large over on that side, a little bit of the medium here, mostly small here. There's a couple of big gaps where I used up the rest of the medium over here. Um, this side, there was just a little bit of an area on this 20-foot section here in the front. So I'm going to get one more bag of medium and I think I'll be good, but it's all over on this side, so I'm good for the porch build if I don't get to that until the next time I work and pick it up at Lowe's. So now I'm just going to go over with, bought some brown caulk just to match the wood so it wouldn't show white or something. It's all going to get covered up anyway, so I'm not too worried about it, but now I'm going to put a bead of caulk down here and we'll do that real quick here. That whole tube just going down that line, so 48 feet. I had a little to go around the corner here and get a couple of those gaps, so I'll get another couple of tubes of this, and I think we're sealed up then. Next will be, I got plastic, 10 mil plastic that's got to go in the floor in here, and eventually, if not right now, I'll tape it about 2 feet up on the walls all the way around, plus where you slice it around the footers that are in here where our beam is. I got to cut around that and tape that, so I'll get that all taped up. That way so no moisture comes up through the ground over the summer and for the life of the house also, and won't get mold and mildew in there and stuff. We got plenty of vents here. I'll show you. I know you've seen these before, but we had all these, we had a dozen of these put in all the way around. And even in this gap here, when I was putting the backer rod in here, I could feel airflow. So there is airflow in there, and that's all you need basically you just can't cut the airflow and still have that ground seeping up moisture. That'll just create mold and mildew in there. So we'll leave these open for the summer and stuff. Like I said, this will have that porch over it, so the weather comes from this way, so that's actually pretty good that we'll have this porch floor over this thing. So nice today. Even have let the boys be up here with me, so I'm just finishing up digging out this trench, so that's what I'm working on now. Put them back in the car, let them take a nap while I finish up here. All right, guys, exciting moment, getting our delivery. The driver just came up with the forklift and dropped my screws and lumber ties and all that kind of stuff. So now she's going back down to get the lumber. So every time we get Lowe's delivery, it seems like they like to just park right out on the road there. And I think we only had one delivery that they pulled up the road here, but they have that huge forklift with big old tires that can get up anything. So you'll see her coming this way here shortly. I think we got 2 pallets of lumber, or 2 loads, whatever it's loaded. It's probably tied together with something. All right, she's gonna need my guidance, so. So those deck boards are too long to fit up between the trees, so we're gonna let those, we're probably a quarter of the way up. So we're able to put the other boards up higher. That's the deck, the flooring. Back another day. I'm underneath the house. I'm actually gonna put on my roll of plastic, at least unroll it or start to. I might only last an hour or so under here. It is pretty tight spaces, maybe 3 feet at this end and maybe only 2, but I got plenty of stuff to crawl on, and we did put some gravel down here and stuff, so, but I thought I'd start rolling this stuff out today. So I'm gonna go back to this corner down here all the way down. What we do have is 10 by 100. So this is 20 by 48. So 10 is 2 rows. It'll be across, hopefully up a little up the sides here. We'll see how that works, because I should ultimately tape it. But in Wyoming, we don't have it taped on the walls yet, and it works pretty good. It's actually amazing how less humid or mildewy or whatever that smell is in a basement smells like. So I think this will help anyways. So that's why I'm doing it today. So this is by 100 feet. So naturally that'll give us twice down. So that's what we're thinking. We can add more plastic if we have to. So, all right, guys, 1/2 is done. Took me, maybe a better part of an hour. So I'm just taking a breather now. Sick of climbing around in my knees. But I have 2 pads down here that I just keep putting forward. And once you get into it and get the roll down, it lays out pretty good and stuff. So, of course, you want to tape it eventually around the walls there, where I have it up on the walls, and then around these footers. And then also I have it cut out, and I should tape around that. That's going to eventually where our septic is going to go out. So any of the waste pipe for the house. So yeah, I can feel air movement down here, but I'm sure with the tarp on here and water sitting up above, it just kind of still blocks the airflow. So I am going to work on keeping this air down. I'm going to have a fan down here for a couple of days just to blow it out. But it already, you can feel it was humid, but I can feel it's going to be much better with this tarp, or with the 10 mil plastic down. So, all right, guys, another hour or so on this side. This half was actually a little bit harder because down there is probably less than 2 feet. So I was like a gunny in boot camp or something, crawling under wire or something, but finally got it to straighten out and stuff. But it's like doing a big bed sheet, a huge bed sheet is what it is, except, you're crawling around on your hands and knees the whole time. So, but yeah, I'll show you here. I just got this little bit of square right in front of the cutout here in the corner of the house. So everything else is laid out.
The front here, that'll get pulled over. It's crossing by a good 6 inches all the way down that seam there, so that's really good. I'll hit that with a tape and tape around the sides, and it'll be vapor sealed and stuff. Just like I said, in Wyoming, we taped the middle, but Shannon did not tape around the edges. So, um, but it cleaned up the problem a lot and stuff. So I'm hoping that this really does its trick and keeps it nice and dry and the moisture in the air temperature good. So, all right, I'm gonna finish this up.
Boy, guys, this little boy was whooped after climbing around there for 2.5, 3 hours putting that stuff down. But it just feels good to be out of there and kind of stretching out and enjoying the sunny afternoon. That weather was perfect. That's the main frame for the porch. Got some tarps ready for when it looks like rain. Could be in a couple days, they're calling, maybe this weekend. So, so glad to have that vapor barrier down now. So that's another big project off the list. I think what I'll do tomorrow is try to finish up that water line once and for all, and then all my concerns can be on this porch and stuff. I work for a few days, but hopefully the weather will stay good. Calling for rain over the weekend, but I work the whole weekend, so that doesn't bother me. I'll have all this covered up. Have to tarp the floor again on the house. There's the deck boards that didn't make it up that far, so that's going to be a nice workout, grabbing those and bringing those up as I need them. So I figure there's 40 there, so if I can get 2 and drag them up at one time, that's 20 trips. So we'll see how that works. Not too worried about it now. So, all right, that's good for the day.
Hey, felt good enough before I went to work this afternoon to get up and finish cleaning out that pipe. So I laid the pipe down, or at least started it, got about half of it in the ground, and now I'm just covering it up. Another project down, so we can get to this porch and just concentrate totally on the porch. All right, guys, just ushering some tools that I packed up here in the back of the Fiat that I'll need to start building that porch. So I think today's the day. We actually will start it this afternoon. Been up here this morning, like I said, bringing some saws up, and screw gun, and a little everything that I'll need. But I'm just gonna finish burying this water pipe, hooking it up to the new line, and we'll be done with that. And I'll probably start the porch this afternoon. So I'm gonna end the video here. Appreciate you guys watching, and should be onward and upward next week with the start of the porch and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to getting that underway, and that's the last really big project that I'll have that got to do before we leave and go out to Wyoming for the summer. But all right, guys, so give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, pass on the word, share the channel, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for stopping by.